What's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So recently, Shawn Rhoden leaked some photos on Instagram from his 6 weeks out point in his prep for the Mr. Olympia competition. So these photos have kind of caused quite a stir in the bodybuilding community because a lot of people were not impressed by these photos. Again, 6 weeks out is not a very long time to make improvements, and especially not a very long time to gain size or really change anything at this point besides conditioning. So really quickly, I'll give my opinion on these photos. So number one, the first thing that really stands out to me is the size or lack of size of Shawn Rhoden's pecs. Now, to me, it could be the angle, it could be the lighting, but to me, his pecs look really flat and really significantly smaller than the rest of his body, and they look smaller than they have in the past. Now, something I noticed, or I noted in a previous video about Shawn Rhoden, is the fact that he seems to go off cycle in the off season. He seems to get completely off the drugs, and he seems to lose a lot of size when he's not prepping for the Olympia. Then he gets back on cycle when he's prepping for the show. Now, I think this is definitely smart if you want, a long life. He obviously has a family now. He wants to be around longer. He wants to be healthier. That's a great decision if you want to extend your life. However, if you want to win the Mr. Olympia competition, I don't think you can be doing things like that, cutting corners, and really just not committing year-round to the bodybuilding lifestyle. It may be unhealthy, it may be extreme, it may be risky, but to win a risky sport like bodybuilding on the highest level, on the highest stage, and to be able to edge out a guy like Phil Heath, you're probably going to have to commit 100% year-round to the lifestyle, whether it's risky or not, and that means not going off season, because I don't think that gives him enough time to regain the size that he lost, especially here at 6 weeks out, looking that size that he looks, as small as he looks. I don't think he's going to be any type of threat to Phil Heath. I don't mean that in any negative way at all, but my honest opinion of those pictures is that Phil Heath probably saw those pictures and, had a sigh of relief when he saw them. Now, some things I'll give Shawn Ray props on. His waist looks small, so I don't think that's going to be an issue going into the show. At 6 weeks out, his waist is looking nice and tapered. I don't see any signs of distension, any signs of a potential bubble gut or any issues there. So hopefully the waist is good. That'll work to his advantage. His conditioning looks good for 6 weeks out. But what we do know is he has always been weak from the back. And when Phil and him hit the back double bicep, hit a lat spread, I think Phil destroys him. So for him to show a weakness like this from the front, or at least the appearance of a weakness, again, it could just be lighting. It could just be the angle. It could just be a bad photo. But in those photos, his chest looks very weak from the front and from the side. So if he has a weakness, from the front and the side now, in addition to the back pose, which I think is the biggest chink in his armor, I think this could really mean that he might slip a couple placings at this year's Olympia and really probably not be a threat to Phil Heath at all. So it kind of reinforces my opinion that Phil Heath is going to win this year. And it might even mean that Big Ramy moves up a place and gets second place instead of my initial prediction that Big Ramy would be in third. So let me know what you guys think of these recent photos of Shawn Rhoden. Give me your honest opinion. I'm just giving you guys my honest opinion. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.